welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to all you who watch regularly. I'm doing a video today on a very basic amount of kit. I want to rehash go over my old kit videos that I've done in the past, and this is a kit video from my point of view. It's not to be taken as read that this is what you've got to go out with. It's what I would choose to take with me on myself. But first, some thoughts about bushcraft. We have seen over the last 10 years or so a great blossoming of this thing called bushcraft, and really it's a will. At the centre is bushcraft, and there's many spokes coming off to hit the rim. It's tracking, wild foods, nature watching. At its heart it is living with and being a part of nature, because we are a part of nature, not a part from it. There are two schools in bushcraft. There's the KISS people that like to keep it very simple, and then there's the gadget freaks, the fashionistas of bushcraft, those that will purchase the latest gadget piece of equipment no matter what. I've seen guys with so many knives that they don't know what to do with them, whereas I prefer to have, I've got about 3 small bushcraft knives. One I keep exclusively for carving, the other 2 I take out to the field with me. Plus 1 or 2 other sharps, but that's for a future video. It is pandering to people's pockets when you see someone come up with a new gadget. Sometimes something comes onto the market that is absolutely pucker and very good and useful, but most times it's like fishing equipment. Majority of fishing equipment is not to catch fish, it is to catch fishermen. The same with bushcraft kit. The majority of bushcraft kit, in my view, is there to catch the bushcrafters, not to be able to spend time in the backwoods, walking through the woods, observing, playing a part of nature, carving or whatever. Living out in the backwoods is meant to be a very simple life, not an overly complicated life. Point in fact, I watched a guy on a YouTube vid a couple of weeks back with his brew kit, and he had no less than 7 ways of starting a fire within the kit itself. I myself carry 2, possibly 3 methods. One is my fire flash and the other is a lighter. I don't need anything more if I'm going out for the day or even an overnight. And even if you're lucky enough to live in a place like I live, where there's plenty of flint up on the North Downs, you just need a good piece of steel to create a spark and some tinder, and that's it. So in future videos there might be some more burblings on my thoughts on bushcraft and the characters within it, guys like Ben McNutt, Ray Mears, Mors Kochanski and others, but that's for the future. Now let's get on with looking at what I would take for a morning, afternoon or a short day trip out into the moors or woods. Thank you. Okay, this is what I carry about my waist and in my pockets. And what have we got here? We've got a map. This is a map of the local area that I live in. Of course, hanging over, I've got a silver compass, rangefinder compass. Knowing how to use the map and compass is very important. If you don't know how to use it, I suggest you learn. It is no good carrying the compass and map if you cannot read them. Also, I carry a map of unfamiliar area as well. It's great just being able to know where you are. First aid kit, most important thing, top of the list. Know how to use the items in the first aid kit. If possible, take a basic first aid course so that you cover yourself. The small utility pouch, which carries some of the items above, a Laplander or backhoe saw in sheath, and a clipper knife. We have many varieties of knife on the market. I'm quite satisfied with the Mora clipper and the Mora 510 knife. I do have a large Luku knife which I use for wood splitting, but this suits me just fine. I have no desire to have one of the rather expensive knives. You can spend anything from £10 to £2,000 on a bushcraft knife. Buy what you feel you can be happy with. A whistle to be worn around the neck, my fire flash which clips onto my belt loop and sits in my pocket. In the little buff leather pouch is a small flexi cut carving kit if I sit down and whittle away at a piece of wood. Above, some Leatherman folding scissors that complements my first aid kit. The DC4 sharpening stone and a piezoelectric butane lighter, almost like a blowtorch. These are what I carry with me, and it all fits either around my waist or in my pockets. I have British military field pack, now discontinued, so you can buy these rather cheaply in government surplus stores. They're very useful, and I'll pack this out later to show you what fits inside it. Also another British military pouch. This one is designated water bottle pouch, and I can get my complete brew kit in here, less the stuff to boil it on. So we'll go through my brew kit first. I have a NATO 1 litre flask and a NATO cup. I've had these two items since 1976, and they're still as good today as they were back then when I was personally issued with them. I recently bought, a couple of years back, the Crusader cup, which fits underneath. The whole system fits together like that and is very useful. With this, I have, if I can find them, oh, I'm sitting on them, titanium spork and a small teaspoon. I use a titanium spork due to the fact that every plastic one I've had so far I've sat on and broke. The whole thing fits into the water, into this glass. With the spoons sliding down the side of the pack, so this folds over. Right, parallel leather gloves. If you're collecting firewood to have a small spot fire, or you happen to pick some nettles to make nettle tea or cordage, anything that requires not getting your hands too stung or splintered, very useful. And I just find them a useful addition, particularly if I pick up a bit of flint. Tea bags. I carry a mixture of black tea and mint tea. I don't carry much food with me if it's a short hike. There might be some wild edibles to find, but I can wait until I get home for my dinner. Right. Waterproof notebook, pens. Very good for taking notes out in the field, maybe doing a sketch of something, and generally writing thoughts. Very useful. Now, I bought this and I've never looked back. I'll take it on all the courses I go on. I'm able to, it's got pockets inside so you can store things in here, and it's just, I just find it very useful and a nice little addition. Digital camera, It enables me to take still photographs. I do take the video camera out with me as well, but this is just such a boon. You can keep it in your pocket. I'll take it wherever I go, because you never know when a photo opportunity appears. It was in the bottom of my backpack the other day and I missed a buzzard. So obviously keep it at the top, easily accessible. Great, wonderful little piece of equipment. And the most important thing of all, though it's flat packed at the moment, the honey stove. I shall set this up in a second or two so you can see how it all fits together. Lovely piece of kit. It burns wood, or it can use a Trangia burner. I tend to use a Trangia burner most of the time with this because it is easier and quicker to set a brew going. There's two ways of setting it up. I prefer the full setup. I just find it a lot easier and a lot more comfortable to work with. So, let's see this all packed away. So there you have it. Kitted out for a short day's walk, and quite comfortable. Could wander the woods and the North Downs, and maybe part of the South Downs if I took a bus route that way. But all in all, fits very comfortably. Fire fresh, whistle, kit around the waist, and what I need in there. Thank you very much.